You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday morning at 6 a.m. I'm Anna Laurel in for Eric Connor.
And I'm Nada Irampour. Yeah, so glad you're with us here. Of course, day 2 of Comic-Con. We'll get into all of that. But the forecast, so important for the weekend. It looks like it's going to feel a little better.
It is going to be drier and cooler for the weekend.
Good. That's good.
Still summer-like, so not cold by any means. But we're not going to be in the 90s at all, except for a couple of our inland valleys today. So keep that in mind for this afternoon. We've got a final day of 90s across our inland valleys and across the mountains. And then along the coastline, we're in the upper 70s this afternoon. We're cooling down, though, day to day as we head into the weekend. A live look outside across the mountains. This is from Otay Mountain. Shows that there's a little bit of marine layer haze out there and in some cases some patchy clouds, but otherwise looking like a good start to the morning. In just a few minutes, we're going to be talking more about what to expect through the weekend and next week. We could see a return to that monsoonal moisture. So details are coming up.
This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you.
And new this morning, former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama just endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president. In a statement overnight, the Obamas said Harris, quote, has exactly what it takes to win this election and deliver for the American people. As former President Donald Trump adjusts his focus from President Biden to Harris, national polls are now showing the two already running neck and neck just days into her candidacy. And now this morning, turning to some local news here, Governor Gavin Newsom making national headlines after ordering state agencies to start clearing homeless encampments.
Yeah, this comes on the heels of a Supreme Court ruling that allows cities to enforce bans on homeless camps on public spaces. CBS 8's Regina Garita is live downtown. Regina, how could this affect us here locally?
Yeah, guys, well, it's been less than 24 hours since that executive order, and already we're seeing crews heading to those homeless encampments that you see here along freeways, at parks. Here in San Diego, we already have a sleeping ban that Mayor Todd Gloria passed, but either way, it's still questioning really the effectiveness of the action that was brought to Governor Gavin Newsom yesterday, right? Many still trying to figure out if there's enough shelters. Take a listen.
It's one thing to say that encampments are not allowed and are outlawed. It's another thing to then realize, okay, well, where are these individuals going to go?
And so the guidance comes after a decision by the U.S. Supreme Court. Earlier this summer, they cited in favor of having cities enforce sleeping bans in all public spaces. Now, Newsom's order will direct state agencies on how to remove the thousands of tents and makeshift shelters across the state that fill freeways, shopping centers, parking lots, and city parks. The order does make it clear that the decision to remove the encampments remains in the hands of local authorities, something that Mayor Todd Gloria is hopeful about. He believes this decision is directed to smaller cities, not big cities up and down the state who are working in good faith to expand shelter capacity. Now, one local city that has been working on addressing its homeless problem is Escondido, which passed an ordinance regulating homeless encampments a few days before the Supreme Court issued its ruling. So back out here in the next half hour, you'll hear from the mayor of Escondido talking about whether this is a decision that he supports or is against. That's latest here in downtown. Regina Urita, CBS 8.
All right, Regina, thank you. This morning, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria says discussion on the proposed 1,000-bed homeless shelter will not return to City Council until September. They were supposed to revisit the issue next week, but in a statement, Mayor Gloria says, we respect the need for further work and review on the proposal. We will continue to work with the city attorney's office to address the feedback we've received. This morning, most evacuation orders have been lifted for the Grove Fire in Far North County. CAL FIRE says 863 acres burned, and right now it's 20% contained. Investigators say lightning started the fire Wednesday afternoon just east of Palomar Mountain near Oak Grove. Now, this map shows the most up-to-date evacuation orders and warnings. The areas in red are still under evacuation order, and the areas in yellow are under evacuation warnings.
And now, this morning, Dylan Cease making Padres history. He just became the second Padres pitcher ever to throw one of these, a no-hitter.
Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home.
A sea of San Diegans celebrating back home. Yes, because, it was an away game. But, yeah, that was Cease's first career no. You saw the celebration afterwards. Joe Musgrove's no-hitter in 2021 was the first in franchise history. So now, number 2, the Padres sweeping the Nationals yesterday, winning 3-0. Today, the Padres head to Baltimore. They're facing the Orioles. First pitch is at 4:05 p.m. Dylan Cease, way to go. I mean, what a day that was for him. And it is Friar Friday. It could be a special day for you, too. We're giving away Padres tickets, so stay tuned for the code word. It's coming up later this hour.
All right, Hollywood's biggest stars, artists, and thousands of fans are taking over the gas lamp.
It was incredible to see how packed it got yesterday. And now here we are, day 2 of Comic-Con. It's a Friday. CBS 8's Chris Grow, or should we say Chef Chris, is back at the convention center with what we can expect for the rest of the weekend. The blue apron and everything, Chris. Hi, Chef.
Yeah, thank you, Chef. Service is going to start in probably about 2-3 hours. But before everyone gets in here, though, we do want to give you a little bit of an appetizer, if you will. Make sure that we're showing off all of the activations as well as all the booths that are going to be here. And that includes a pretty popular brand here. And though this is going to be their first year here, you might notice that face that's popping up there on that screen, Mr. Beast, one of, if not the biggest thing on YouTube right now. I want to bring in Bill Krieger here with Moose Toys. You guys, first year here, but the excitement, you could sort of feel it when you guys are talking to us about sort of what's in store for you guys. So for those of you, for those that are at home who don't and are not familiar with your work, can you explain to us, again, Moose Toys and Mr. Beast?
Yeah, so this is Moose Toys' first time at Comic-Con, and we are thrilled. We're introducing 2 brands, Mr. Beast Lab and XOX Queenies. And I can kind of give you an idea of what we're doing here. So this is a brand new toy line. It's just rolling out into stores right now. And it has a wide range of really killer offerings. But the real big thing and the pride and joy for us is called our Mr. Beast Lab Swarms. And this is a micro collectible. There's over 100 to collect. And the highlight of the collection is this Hyperchrome Panther right here. There's only 1,000 of those that were made. They're numbered. So we expect people are going to be chasing those down.
So how would someone get their hands on that?
So that's available across mass retail.
Okay.
You're going to see that rolling out right now. You'll see it in all your favorite toy stores.
Across all retail lines.
That's right, all over the world.
So that's going to be rare. That's like that Charizard back in the day when you were collecting Pokemon.
100% what it is. And then here at Comic-Con, we have some awesome exclusives that we're featuring. So we have the Alpha Panther here in this really special packaging. These are numbered, individually numbered. And then up here, we have the Fuzzy Panther vinyl. There's only 3,000 of those, and that's a Comic-Con exclusive as well.
What's also cool about coming out to Comic-Con is that with the activations, you guys are able to kind of, hey, look, we were just handed this, and this is going to be a surprise in here too as well, right?
Right. These are samples of the swarms, so that Hyperchrome could be in there.
Okay, we'll see.
Your lucky day, and we're giving those out to all of our fans that are coming through the booth. It's just a way to introduce them to the brand.
All right. Well, Bill, thank you so much. Of course, thank you so much for joining us, and guys. A chock full of Comic-Con here. What did I get here today?
Yes,
let's go ahead and open this one up here.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the golden ticket.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, they're green.
Oh,
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah, we like that.
The little green.
Might be a little
Only
small for Amelia,
available
but
at
we'll go ahead.
Comic-Con.
We'll save this for her. We'll go ahead and give that to her when she's old enough.
When she's old enough. Right
You
now,
can't
it's
put it
too
in her
dangerous.
To collect.
mouth, Chef Chris. Come on.
Yeah, you can't feed her everything, Chef Chris. Thank you very much for that. See his creativity with the costumes.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It's like simple but very
Just
smart.
a blue apron.
He really stays in character, doesn't he?
He does. He commits to the bit, for sure. We love that. It's 6:09 right now. It's going to be a warm one. That's a good costume if it's short sleeves, throw an apron on, keep it easy. And that's because temperatures this afternoon are still going to be pretty warm out there, but we're cooling through the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, much cooler temperatures, especially across mountains and deserts. Even inland valley is going to cool down notably. This is that view from Otay Mountain that we were looking at a little earlier. About 6 a.m. sunrise, 5:59 to be specific, and 7:51 on that sunset. When we look at the beach forecast, it's going to be a great place to be, unsurprisingly. 76 for tomorrow afternoon, I should say. 74 by Sunday, so cooling down into that weekend. The departure from normal, we're going to be 1 degree above normal on Saturday. we're going to be 1 degree below normal on Sunday. So along the coast, we don't notice it as much, but you'll notice it inland for sure. Temperatures out the door right now are mostly in the 60s from Oceanside down through Del Mar, 67 degrees, 68 in Ramona right now, 72 in Julian, and 70 out at Mount Laguna. When we look at the 5-day forecast inland, you could see that that is a much clearer drop in temperatures from 92 this afternoon down to about the mid-80s as we get into the weekend, staying in that range through about Tuesday, and then we'll see another climb in temperatures, just pretty minor. It'll be much more noticeable for the mountains and deserts as we go into about the middle of next week. For tomorrow and Sunday, much drier out there, not as strong of a chance of any monsoonal moisture in the forecast, and we'll also notice lower humidity in that sense too. Let's check in on traffic. It's 6:10 right now. So far, it is quiet out there. No major crashes or collisions. CBS8.com/traffic can give you more. Let's check in on border wait times this morning. It is a 60-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, a 100-minute wait at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. Back to you, too.